Hey everybody, let me adjust this mic here. I just had surgery on my throat a couple days ago, so I don't know. A couple days ago, it was yesterday. Sorry, time is recovery's been hard, and there's a lot of pain. Anyway, number 111 in the Criterion collection is Mon Oncle, directed by Jacques Tati from France from 1958. It is a sequel to the previous film, Monsieur Hulot's Holiday, because it once again stars Monsieur Hulot. It is once again, dialogue plays a more heavy part in this, but it is still a slapstick comedy that would be fairly at home in the silent film era. And honestly, the story is, there's a little bit more of a story, but not a lot more. It's about Monsieur Hulot, and his brother-in-law trying to get him a job at the plastics factory, for the most part. Oh, sorry, every time I swallow, it's like being punched in the throat. So we are going to wrap this up fairly quick. It's a perfectly good film of this era. If you like Mr. Bean, this is probably in your realm. There is one thing I want to talk about, though. So, these are obviously great films that have stood the test of time, especially in France, where they are landmark films. There are statues built to the main character. I want to talk about what I think would make me personally enjoy the film better. And this is not the same as saying what would make the film better for everybody, and it's not me saying what's wrong with the film. This is just my personal opinion about a thing, right? And it's how I feel. And if you feel differently, that's perfectly fine. So you're going to see me flinch every time I swallow. There are essentially three forms of comedy in this film. There are where Monsieur Hulot accidentally causes mayhem. Because because the man is chaos. He is good-natured, bumbling, and causes chaos everywhere he goes. So that's one form of the comedy that we get. The second form of the comedy that we get is where chaos has happened, and then Monsieur Hulot walks into the scene and is therefore accused of the chaos, even though he didn't do it. Wrong place, wrong time, right? He shows up, and they think that he caused the chaos, and he didn't. There's two different types of comedy. And then the third one is just the slapstick buffoonery that happens to people, and Monsieur Hulot is nowhere in the scene before, during, or after. Completely unrelated to him. These are the three kinds of slapstick vignettes that compose this movie. And in my opinion, I think it would be stronger, for me at least, if it didn't have all three of those. Ideally, if you picked one of those would be best, but even if you did the first two, where he causes chaos and or gets blamed for chaos that happens, those kind of work. I think it's stronger if it's just one, though. The problem is when you throw that third one in, which is just, for example, the brother-in-law has a very high-tech, fancy house for the time. And in one scene, they install a automatic garage door opener. As you walk to the garage, you cross a invisible beam of light. The door opens. When you leave, you cross that same beam, and it closes. And there doesn't seem to be any other way to open the garage door, which is stupid. But you need it for the joke, because they go into the garage. The Monsieur Hulot's sister and her husband, and then their dog walks through the beam, sealing them in the garage. And then they're in the garage trying to convince the dog to walk back through the beam. That's the joke, is trying to lure him back through the beam. And it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly functional as comedy. But what it does is enforce that this is just a world of bumbling buffoons. It means Hulot, whose name I'm going to keep pronouncing differently every time, I swear, is not special. He is not unique. He is just the one we pay more attention to than others, because everybody in this world is a bumbling fool. And to me, that's a weaker comedy, and it steals focus from your main character. That's just my opinion. That the comedy should be more focused. They should pick a lane, so to speak. Still perfectly enjoyable scenarios. One recurring gag that I really liked. I'm trying to stay up on the mic, which is why I'm at a weird angle, so you can hear me, because I can't really put force behind my voice. One recurring gag that I kind of like, that's really subtle, is the sister and her husband have a fountain. It's a fish. It's a giant fish fountain that spits water out of its mouth. And whenever anybody comes at the house, they ring the bell, and then they have to hit a button to open the gate to let them in. But first, they always turn on the fountain before they let somebody in. They don't leave it running all the time, but they want to impress people. So anytime somebody comes, they turn on the fountain, then they let somebody in. And then if it turns out to be somebody they didn't want to impress, say Monsieur Hulot, or a delivery person or whatever, they immediately go back and turn the fountain off again. Which to me is just kind of silly and funny, and does a really good job of communicating how shallow these people are. I liked that gag a lot. Anyway, our next film, because I'm about talked out now, next time, number 112 in the Criterion Collection, will be our final Monsieur Hulot film, at least for now. There are 4 of them, and I don't know if the 4th one is later in the collection or not. But these 3 are put together. So next time it will be the film Playtime by Jacques Tati from France from 1967. So 9 years later. Yeah. And hopefully I feel a little bit better. As to why I had surgery on my throat, I did a vlog a little while ago about my inability to burp. This is... it's related to that, and once I heal up a little bit, I will do another vlog entry detailing, because I've gone through 3 procedures now to try and fix it, and I will talk about that. But I think I'm done talking for now. I can't watch the next Criterion Collection film until I record a review of the previous one, so I needed to get it out of the way so I could watch one this weekend. To keep up with my 1-a-week plan. So, my 1-a-week minimum plan. Anyway, thank you, as always, for being a part of this journey with me. I am sorry for how I sound. Just trying to get this one out. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.